Sheikh Issa, here we are again in Bahrain, ahead of the third edition of the Bahrain International Trophy. We very much enjoyed the first two, but we're up a notch this time because you've been awarded Group 3 patent status for the first time. How much does that mean to you and to racing in Bahrain?
It means a lot to me personally, and it means a lot to Bahrain racing. We're internationally recognized, not like that we weren't before, but now this is the first step in building our local program and really cementing Bahrain on the international scene.
How challenging has it been to sort of take this journey through the last couple of years?
The first year, I think all connections wanted to test down to Bahrain, get a feel, sort of dip their toe into the water. But we saw now in year 2 and year 3 that, entries have gone through the roof and people are actually very, very keen to come back because we offer not only fantastic facilities, but also as for conditions. It's just an extension of British summer, or European summer.
I wish we had a British summer like this. This is pretty spectacular. On that point, clearly, the welfare and the way the horses are looked after is crucial and critical for you. But how important is the whole experience to make this event an experience for the people?
Well, it's everything. If owners don't have a good experience first, then they'll never come back. And secondly, trainers need to be able to have a seamless experience. From the moment the horse steps off the plane to the moment they leave the island, it just needs to be seamless so that people are keen and willing to come back.
And as far as the racetrack itself is concerned at Sakhir, the surface always garners an awful lot of praise from the visiting connections. What sort of scope do you think the racecourse have? What sort of ambition do you have for it as an entity?
Well, we can develop not only just one race in one day. Now with the Bahrain Turf Series, we're developing a sort of an extended program for people to be based here, not only in Bahrain, but also complemented by races in the GCC as well, where you can land in Bahrain, start off here, and have a pattern program or a GCC pattern that complements each other. So we're working with our partners not only in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but also in the United Arab Emirates.
You've got a very, very strong United Arab Emirates owned contingent in this year's Bahrain International Trophy. What pleases you most when you look at that lineup of 14?
Well, they've stated their intent. And obviously a huge thanks goes to Highness Shaikh, who has supported this race from day one. And he sent Turgenev, I believe, in year 1. And last year, so both Saeed bin Nasr and Charlie were represented. And this year, they have stated their intent that they intend to win.
You need the big names here. Charlie Appleby is the foremost global trainer with his wins in the Breeders' Cup. And Frankie Dettori is here,
yes.
The man who's just had his documentary released, his book's coming out this week as well. It's a nice trifecta that he's here in Bahrain.
So Frankie's still in blue, but a different shade.
Exactly. No, it's good to have him here. As far as looking to the future's concerned for this particular race, you've got Group 3 status. Need I ask what the ambition is?
To get better and hopefully prove that we are not only a Group 3 race, but also a Group 2 race. And our ambition is for it to be a Group 2 race in the not too distant future.
Now, I do note one omission from this year's lineup, and it is a Sheikh Issa owned horse. This is very remiss of you, sir. We need to put this right.
Well, I said in year 1, and I've said, and last year as well, to have a horse the caliber to be accepted to this sort of race doesn't come around often. So when it does, one has to cherish it, and I did at the time. So hopefully the horses in Europe improve a few pounds and can be eligible for next year.
Yeah, so it will only serve to strengthen your resolve to have a runner in it.
And that's my enjoyment, and where I get enjoyment out of improving a horse or finding an angle where a horse, whether it be a change of scenery, whether it be natural maturity, where they improve a few pounds. And that's what happened in year 1 and in year 2. And so that's where I find my enjoyment from an ownership standpoint, to have a runner in the race.
And I know for you this is more about the country and about establishing Bahrain on the global stage, but without a personal affinity for the thoroughbred, it's going to be an awful lot harder to do that.
Absolutely. And to be honest, we have very strong representation from the Kingdom of Bahrain. So if there was to be a Bahrain owned and trained horse, it would be a win for the entire country.
Shaikh, thanks so much for talking to me, and very best of luck for the third edition of the Bahrain International.
Thank you very much. Thank you.